Hi everyone, Richard Nizielski here for FitLink. In this video, we'll demonstrate the correct procedure for performing and teaching the bench press exercise. The bench press is an exercise for the muscles of the chest, anterior shoulders and the triceps. It can be performed using a variety of hand positions and torso angles. As well as the bench press, other exercises which target the same muscle groups include the chest press, chest fly exercise and the push-up. The bench press is performed with the body in a horizontal position and the hands at a width just wider than the shoulders, which allows for the elbows to bend freely. If the bench has height adjusters, set the bar at a height which is comfortable for the client to remove and replace the bar safely. Always secure the weight plates with barbell collars. Encourage the client to maintain a neutral spinal position throughout the exercise. Never allow the client to bounce the bar off their chest during the downward phase of the movement. And lastly, always pay attention to the client when they're performing this exercise. There are a variety of ways to spot for the bench press. At FitLink, we recommend the use of the overhand-underhand method, where one hand is underneath the bar and the other is over the top. This will provide better control of the bar if the lifter needs assistance. To perform the bench press exercise, lie on the bench with your upper back and backside flat on the bench and feet flat on the floor. Adjust your position of the bench to where you can lift and clear the bench uprights safely. Generally, this is with the eyes directly under the bar when it's resting on the rack. Grasp the bar using a secure overhand grip with the hands slightly wider than shoulder width. For safety, the bar should always be gripped with the fingers and the thumb and not just the fingers. The shoulder stabilizers should be engaged along with the deep abdominals when preparing for the lift. When ready, lift the bar off the rack, extending the elbows fully. Good posture should be maintained throughout the movement. Inhale during the downward phase and exhale on the upward phase. In a controlled manner, flex the elbows and lower the bar until the middle of the bar either touches your chest or is at approximately 2 to 3 centimeters above your chest. In a controlled manner from the bottom position, push the bar back up to the start position until the arms are fully extended. As a personal trainer, just as important as being able to do the exercise is teaching a client how to do the exercise correctly. This will require the use of good communication skills and understanding your client's learning style. Let's now have a look at an example of demonstrating this exercise to a client.
Hey Kestra, welcome to the bench press. This is the exercise we're going to do today. It works your chest muscles, front of the shoulder and the muscles of the back of your arm, your triceps. Alright, so I'm going to go through it briefly, how to do it, and I'll get you to jump in and give it a go, alright? So what you're going to do is you're going to put the weights on. Make sure to be nice and safe, use the collars. Then what we're going to do is we're going to lie down on the bench. We're going to have our hands just a bit wider than shoulder width. You're going to have your feet flat on the floor, abs engaged, and we're going to be all set up for the bench press. What you're going to do is you're going to take the bar off, pull it out in front of you, alright, lower it down to the midline of your chest, touching your chest, don't bounce it. Then we're going to push it back off at a nice easy pace. Ready to go? Yeah. So as we just talked about, I'm going to go through a demonstration now, and after the demonstration you'll be able to go through it, alright? So we've got feet flat on the floor, we're going to have a straight back, our abs are going to be engaged, put our eyes underneath the bar. I want your hands to be just a bit wider than shoulder width, right? Going to gently remove the bar from the rack, bring it down to your chest, careful not to bounce it, push it up, and we're going to come back down, and we're going to do a few of those. Does that all make sense? Kestra, now we're going to get you to do the bench press. So just like we talked about, feet flat on the floor, back flat, get your abs engaged. You can have your hands slightly outside shoulder width, your eyes underneath the bar, which is good. What we're going to do is I'm going to act as a spotter. I'm going to use the underhand overhand grip. Should you ever use heavy weights, I recommend using a spotter all the time. Alright, so I'm just going to be here to help you. Alright, if it ever gets too heavy or anything, I'll be there to lift it off. Alright, what I want you to do is we're going to go for 8 reps. Just bring it up. Cool. When you bring it down, you're going to inhale, exhale on the upward phase. Good. Then we're going to go 6 more of those. That's good, Kestra. How's it feel? Fine. 2 more. 1. Let's go, last one. Well done. How was that, Kestra?
That's fine.
Good.
So that was an example of how to demonstrate and instruct this exercise. The principles of demonstrating and teaching this exercise can be applied to all similar exercises and movements. For some clients, there are some precautions which should be considered. For a client with little or no experience, start with a low weight and gradually increase the weight as they become more accustomed to the exercise. If the client is experiencing any pain, stop the exercise immediately and investigate. Clients with any shoulder instability, elbow and wrist conditions, and those with excessive lumbar lordosis should be cautious when performing this exercise. Modifications and alternatives may need to be considered for those with any contraindications.